Hello my beautiful people, and greetings to everyone. Thank you for checking out my video. I have been gone for a while because I was on vacation, but I'm back now. You know what I'm saying? So I hope all you guys have been okay, because I've been pretty good. I came back feeling refreshed. I missed painting, but now I'm ready to get back into the action. Actually, I've been back about a week. So today's Friday, so I've been back. I've been doing my works, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, before I get started on my stages video for the Dassanech World Makers, all right, let me tell you about my store, because I get a lot of questions from people asking if I sell my art. Yes, I do sell canvases of my artwork. Head over to my website, jahbu.com. There you can find a huge selection, and some of them are kind of disappearing, so pardon me, a lot of them are disappearing, so you might want to head over there and take a look before what you want disappears. Anyway, here's one of the canvases. Just wanted to show you guys. This is my huge canvas. You can find it on my site. This is the biggest size and super high detail canvas. It has support beams and it comes ready to hang, printed and shipped by professional printers. I don't do any of the printing myself because that would be crazy and I wouldn't make any artwork. But anyway, let's take it over to the screen. All right, so here is the Dassanech World Makers, right? And I'm gonna go through all of the stages. So let's go way back to the beginning where it first started, right? This painting took me a long time to finish, like a long time to do. There's a lot of detail in this painting, and in fact a lot of my work has a lot of detail, and that's why it takes so long getting everything right. If I want the level of quality that's in my mind, then I have to spend the time to get it done. But anyway, so here's the initial sketch, right? So as you can see, we got our 3 world makers, right? And let me move this closer so you guys can hear me. Sorry. So yeah, we got our 3 world makers, each holding a different aspect of time, as I explained in my explanation video, right? So here you can see all of the sketching detail. Here you can see the map of Africa, the continent of Africa on the Earth. And she's holding the planets. Here you can see I have little notes, like here would be watches, shells. But honestly, I ended up making her the watch lady to have all the watches. So yeah, you can see my sketches here. Typically this takes me about a week or so of planning, and one of the things I like to do with my sketches is keep constantly starting over. So I'll sketch, start over, sketch, start over, sketch, start over until I get it right. But anyway, so here is phase 2. Phase 2 is just blocking off big aspects of color, right? And trying to make some form. So here, you can see I kind of added in some clouds. Try to add in some clouds. You can see the face. There's like very little detail. It's just really rough right now because this is in the very beginning, right? So then we move over to another phase. Now I'm getting a little bit more detail. So for this painting, I kind of wanted to do it in like compartments. So that's why I kind of focused on her face, and then I kind of moved down to the body, slowly moved down to the body, and then to the other figures. I think I went like with the middle girl first, the middle lady first, then the lady on the left, and then the lady on the right. So then here you can see I added in a lot more of the atmosphere colors, like the blues, and I wanted it to be kind of like yellowish, pinkish, and it to be very vibrant, right? And as you can see in this here, it's not there yet, right? And that's why I keep saying it takes time to build up your art, man. Take the time. Maybe not as long as I do, but just take time. Take your time. So here I started to add a little bit of textures. This planet, I don't know why I just drew an arrow, but I just want to write stuff on this thing. Anyway, so this planet is made out of zinc. Like, you know how they have zinc in Jamaica? You know, they have a lot of that in Kenya too. So I decided to go with zinc for the lady possessing the present planet, the aspect of the present time. And here you can see I put a One Love bottle cap. And you can see more details are coming out in her face. The eyes are more pronounced. You can see I like to play with reflections in the eyes. I think reflections go a long way in making an eye feel dimensional. I added a watch, headpiece to her headdress, and as you can see, there's a lot of bottle caps along the side. I actually started adding planets just to get a sense of space and atmosphere. So that's why I started to do that in this phase. So now here you can see a lot more details going on. But I wanted to make this headdress a bit bigger, more pronounced. Here I started to add some jewelry, the armbands that this particular tribe loves to wear. As you can see, I started to do a pretty, like basic rendition of a watch, and I'm just getting over to the second girl. But as you can see, it's not even there yet. Like nothing is there. It just takes time to build up your image. So now I started adding in more of her headdress, which is shells. She represents past, right? As you can see, I just put just a blue circle for her planet because again, it's keeping it simple. And this is still in the very in the beginning, mind you. So on to the next one. Now you see I started playing around with the clouds, trying to get that atmosphere right, trying to get the right colors in the background. Adding a little bit of jewelry here, more detail to the hands, more detail to her face. Actually, I don't even know if I can't even tell because this is over the course of weeks, so I'm not even sure. Oh, actually, yeah, you can see here I started painting in her abs, her waist wrap. And more additional planets over here. So let me see here. You can see I added the Nautilus that represents the past. Just going in and just adding in more jewelry. Jewelry to me is a real pain because it's a lot of repetitive motion, so it actually kills my hands. But it's worth it. Started to add more bottle caps here and here, and as well as more bottle caps flying around, right? So I started to add the foundation for the other shells here. And I still barely touched this figure on the right, Lady of the Future. So it's just a lot to do. It's almost like I'm painting 3 paintings in one. That's how it felt like, at least. Okay, so here you can see even more detail. Now we got, the Nautilus shells coming in, really nice. And then we got her jewelry coming in, her wristband. I started to do like these shells, painting these shells. I'm not gonna lie, it was a pain. It was a pain to put all of this detail in there, but I feel like it's necessary to sell immersion, and that's why that's what I think a lot of you guys like in my paintings. The fact that it is immersive. It's kind of it kind of transports you to the art, At least that's what I'm trying to do. I hope it's working. But anyway, as you can see, I started to add in a watch planet, a planet made of watches, because I thought, okay, the future is kind of weird. Like a watch represents the past, but it's you look at it to kind of tell time. I mean, I guess it's the past, but I kind of wanted to stand for the future because I felt like time has no bounds. I don't know. I'm getting philosophical. But anyway, let's keep it moving. So you can see more detail coming in. The watches are a little bit more detail. I try to add in some numbers to the watches, a little bit of color. Let's see. Go down to the next one. You can see now I'm getting crazy with the clouds. Now I'm trying to have an upward motion, and this is simply to create some kind of circular dynamic, as if these clouds are enveloping them or about to envelop them. But of course the clouds are above them, right? Until later on when I change my mind. So here you can see more detail coming in. I start to do things like drop shadows. I start to add the color for her jewelry, and I start to kind of work out her head wrap a little bit more, right? Trying to put more detail in. I even pushed the planets back a little bit, so as you can see, her face is a lot closer to us than the planets behind her, right? And the reason why is simple. Things that, for all my artist people, things that are further in distance are typically lighter. Things that are closer are typically darker and have more contrast. All right, so now we're winding down. It's getting there. It's getting there. All right, getting there. So here, a lot more detail comes in. I start to add weight to these clouds. I think clouds need weight, right? Because clouds are a volumetric object in the sky. It actually does have mass, right? So it's just the mass is so light. Okay, I'm kind of a nerd a little bit. But anyway, in her watch, I started to add the solar system. I just thought that would be a nice touch because I like astronomy. I love astronomy, right? I started to add more shells representing the past, and you know, bottle caps for the present, and then watches and industrial type items to symbolize the future, right? So now this is near the end. As you can see, I don't have a lot of detail in these planets, right? Making art is like baking a cake. You don't want to put your highest details first. This is why in this stage back here, you'll notice that these shells are fugly. They're really ugly, right? Until I get to around here, and you can see there's a lot more detail in those shells. That's because you put the icing on the cake last, right? You don't want to rush. A lot of people, when they're doing art, they want to see the most detail first. No. You gotta make it like a cake. And here we have the final image. Here you can see I brought the clouds to the front. I put in way more detail in the waist straps. I added more detail to the zinc here, the planets. I just went all out, right? And this actually took the longest. The longest part of any of my paintings is the beginning sketches, and the end, especially the end. Like right now I'm working, in fact I'm gonna show it to you guys as a little preview, you know what I'm saying, a little preview. I'm gonna show you a little preview. Please excuse my children in the background. You know, kids are gonna be kids. But while this opens up, so okay, this is my next painting. Yeah, see, so I'm gonna be a lot more transparent and let you guys know what I'm working on, especially with the orishas. So if I make a mistake painting the orishas, you guys can say, hey Jabu, that ain't right. Change this or do that, you know? If it's something objectively, or is it subjectively? If it's something that's factually wrong, then you guys can bring it to my attention and I can change it in time. So this is my next painting. It's not done. As you can see, I gotta add more detail up in here. Yeah, it's just a lot more work. I thought I was gonna be finished today, but I don't think I'm done yet. I mean, this might look finished to you guys. It's almost there. Maybe a day or two just for me to work out a couple kinks. Anyway, my beautiful people, I hope you enjoyed this rundown of the stages of the Dassanech World Makers. Please stay tuned for another video coming next Friday evening, nighttime. We're dealing with the night. But anyway, my beautiful people, until next time, I am out. Peace, one love always, out. Rastafari bless.